Alright, that's about it for today, and is this shit still recording?
Hey Anthony, don't forget about Heavy as Fact 4.
Ah, shit. Welcome to Heavy as Fact. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Heavy as Fact. I'm Anthony Esparza, and thank you so much for joining me on my YouTube channel once again. I really appreciate it as always. This one's gonna be fun. So for those of you guys that don't know what Heavy as Fact is a frequently asked question video here on my YouTube channel or IGTV, wherever you're watching, where I let my Instagram followers ask me questions that they want me to answer. Wow, that was rocket science, questions that I would want to answer. Some of you guys are probably wondering why I don't take YouTube comment questions, and that's basically because I'm still growing my YouTube channel, and eventually I want to grow it to the point where the questions will be taken from the YouTube comments. But until then, because my Instagram page is
blowing up, your boy's an influencer!
Influencer.
I'm not an influencer, by the way.
So before we get started with the video, I just want to remind you guys to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. I have a lot of Podgo videos coming up, lots of STL Tone videos, songwriting videos, more covers, lots of really cool shit you guys are not going to want to miss out. I hope you guys are looking forward to that because I am busting my ass right now. All right, enough talk, let's go. All right, so this first question comes from Greg_.ah. Are you a fan of Lamb of God? Am I a fan of Lamb of God? Am I a fan of Lamb of God? I am a huge fan of I'm a huge fan of Lamb of God. They're one of the first extreme metal bands that I got into. I remember falling in love with Randy Blythe's voice, and it is pronounced Randy Blythe, not Blythe. Bly. I've always loved Will Adler and Mark Morton's playing. Chris Adler is an absolute legend in the metal drum world, and they've always written such killer music. One of my favorite albums of all time is Lamb of God's Wrath. Sacrament, Wrath, absolutely love those albums, and I highly recommend you guys go check them out, especially if you're an up-and-coming metal guitar player, you're learning the ropes a little bit. Studying Mark Morton and Will Adler's playing definitely help you out a lot in the long run. The next question comes from Arya_Ari. What's your guitar model? As far as guitar models go, I have a ESP LTD Eclipse 407, a Schecter Demon 7, and I have a Washburn acoustic. And at this point in time, your boy is waiting on his order of a really killer guitar, one of my dream guitars, and I'm so excited to share that with you guys soon. If I haven't done so yet, maybe by this point I'll have had done the review video. I don't know, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Next question. This one comes from Guitar Boneyard. Shout out to Guitar Boneyard. You put out some killer videos on Instagram. You guys go check him out. He's a fucking killer guitarist. Some really sweet guitars and a lot of his videos. You guys want to go check him out. From one Dimebag fan to another. Hell yeah. He asks, are you endorsed by any guitar companies? If not, if you could be, who would it be and why? Am I endorsed? At this moment, I am not endorsed by a specific guitar company. That's going to depend on when I receive my new guitar. I'm going to put in a submission for an endorsement, and I'll be sharing that with you guys in that video. Maybe that video will have already come out, but at this point in time, hasn't come in just yet. I'm still waiting for it. But as far as guitar companies go, I'm endorsed and sponsored by Tsunami Cables. I've done a video on that. Big shout out to Key Sticks from Tsunami Cables. Custom guitar cables, high quality shit, premium quality. You guys go ahead and check Tsunami Cables out. I'm also sponsored by JHS Strings through my band Defy the Tyrants. We have a lot of JHS string merchandise and gear in here. I have a JHS strap. We have the fretboard cleaners. We have their JHS boomers that we use for our 7-string guitars and basses, and we're also sponsored by Coffin Case as well. I have to do a Coffin Case video very soon. This one comes from Amir Quat Fan. My bad if I'm slaughtering your name. I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce that properly. He asks, favorite Gojira track? Gojira is one of those bands that I'm not a huge fan of. I'm not a Gojira fanatic. Gojira is one of those bands that I'm not a very big fan of. In fact, I wouldn't even call myself a fanatic, but I am a fan of a lot of their songs. And I will say, I have to get this name down. L'Enfant Sauvage. L'Enfant Sauvage, off their album L'Enfant Sauvage. Man, dude, I suck at speaking other languages. This is coming from a Mexican American. I just love that main riff. I love the groove of it. It's not completely in your face. It's not complete double kick and, you know, just a straight up generic metal song. It has a really nice groove to it. And even the vocals are heavy and in your face. The vocals are also very emotional. But also their song Stranded, I love that song as well. I love the pitch shifters. One of the reasons I'm using pitch pitch shifters now, and a lot of my new music is because of that song. So yeah, I would have to say L'Enfant Sauvage. Special shout out to Stranded as well. Killer riff. This next question comes from And Jams for All. What guitar would you get if you could get any in the world? You know, I'm not really big into dreaming about guitars. I love what works. I've already owned my dream guitar, which was a Dean Razorback. I owned that thing for almost 7 or 8 years and kind of got lost in a move that happened a couple years ago. But I guess one dream guitar I would love to have is a Dean Razorback 7-string. I've always thought the Razorbacks look great as 7-string guitars. That neck is thick as fuck. But my current dream guitar is actually the ESP LTD SC607B, which is Stephen Carpenter's guitar from the Deftones. I absolutely love that guitar. I think it's a beautiful guitar. I love the way it sounds. There's Fishman Fluence pickups on there as well. It's an expensive guitar, and I hope at some point I can get it, but I also have a secret dream guitar that's coming in very soon. So yeah, so I gotta say the ESP LTD SC607B, say that thing 5 times fast. ESP LTD SC607B, ESP LTD SC607B, ESP LTD SC607B, ESP LTD SC607B, ESP LTD SC607B. That's my dream guitar. All right, this next question comes from ni.rn.al_1_. This dude asked me a lot of questions, and I really do love you, but your damn username gives me a stroke. He asked, who's your inspiration to learning guitar? One of the reasons I started playing guitar was because I was in 8th grade, my little brother was in 7th grade. We had a mariachi program at our school at the time. He had joined the mariachi program, and it made my dad really proud. And I was like, you know what? I'm not really into mariachi music, but I would definitely love to play guitar and to kind of make my dad proud. I asked my dad, he bought me a cheap ass JPS electric guitar from the swap meet with a little Johnson amp. Took that thing home, put me into guitar classes right away, into classical classes. Learned the chord progression to Santana's Oye Como Va. I remember after trying to get it a couple times, told my dad,
hey Pops, I gotta show you I learned Oye Como Va.
And I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know if he was thinking maybe,
oh, Anthony's going to do the solos and shit.
I sat down and I was doing that.
Wait, hold on. Oh, damn it, hold on.
After about an hour of this, my dad was kind of like,
all right, yeah, it sounded good, home sounded great.
And I was like, you know what, fuck this, I'm gonna go learn Ozzy Osbourne, I'm gonna go learn Metallica. That was kind of what kickstarted me into learning guitar. What inspired me to play guitar was to make my dad proud. And that was, yeah, that's pretty much the root of my inspiration to playing guitar. This last question comes from Tonto 55000. One, most important thing y'all forgot to do / bring to a show. The most important thing I forgot to do or bring before a show, I gotta say, it's never happened with Defy the Tyrants. It's never happened with my old band 3030, but it did happen with my old band, Burdens Arise. Burdens Arise was a metalcore band that I joined right out of high school. I still talk to a lot of those guys to this day. I'm still good friends with a lot of those guys. And I remember I was 20, I think I was 20 or 21, and we were playing a show at Chain Reaction in Orange County. So for people that don't know, the drive from our hometown San Diego to Orange County or Anaheim, where Chain Reaction is, it's about a 2 to 2.5 hour drive depending on traffic, sometimes 3. So I remember that day we were all super nervous because it was the first time we were playing out of town. We had a checklist and everything, and we were kind of going through everything, making sure everything was put in the cars. I was in charge of all the cables, from guitar cables, speaker cables, power cables, all that stuff. And you know, we took off and we get there, we check in, we get something to eat at In-N-Out, we're hanging out, we're trying to enjoy Orange County a little bit, Anaheim. It's time for us to play. So we start loading things in, and that's when we realize I forgot the fucking cables. I forgot all the cables. It was so bad. I had to ask the other bands if we could borrow their cables. And I think we were like second to last, so there was only one more band left. We asked if we could borrow some cables from them. Unfortunately, this band, unfortunately, the guitar player for that band was a fucking dick. And he basically just straight up said, look, I'll let you guys borrow one cable. And I told him, well, you have like 4 pedals and you have a bunch of cables. He didn't have any patch cables. He had a bunch of long ass cables and he had like 4 pedals. He could have just let us borrow a couple of them, and he gave us 1 cable, and the whole band gets to play the show but me. But yeah, I definitely fucked up the show and wasn't a lot of fun, and I got my ass chewed out. Yeah, that's the story. All right guys, that'll do it for this episode of Heavy as Fact. Thank you guys so much for submitting your questions. I really do appreciate it. If you guys aren't subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming episodes. I have a lot of great videos coming out. All right guys, I'll catch you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day, have a wonderful life, have a wonderful time. Wash your ass, wash your hands, and I'll see you guys real soon. Keep it heavy.